Welcome back to Elite Dangerous with the Rude Man. We're here in Hillary Depot, and we're getting ready to take off on our continuing journey to Colonia. First thing we need to do is plot a new course. So let's take a look at what our next jump's going to be. Hillary Depot, we're going to go to Amundsen Terminal. Now, this is a little bit different because Amundsen Terminal and Attenborough Watch are real close. If you notice, this is the first jump, and the second jump is right there. You can actually see the marker on the map. If we go to Attenborough's Watch, it's just right there. And I can't recall, it's been a while since I've been on this route, I can't recall why there's two of them together there. But we'll take a look at each one and see what that's all about in a second. So let's go to Amundsen Terminal first. Plot a course for that. That is 2,404. That's about twice the amount of jumping that we've been doing. So it's going to be a little bit longer of a trip. Not too bad. Let's take a look at how many jumps that's going to be for us. That's going to be 34 jumps, so it's a little bit longer than our previous jumps have been. As usual, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off. You'll see me do that. We'll make our first jump, and then I will continue on with our journey. And if I find something interesting, I promise to come back and we'll take a look at it. So let's get the crew woke up, get them on the job and ready for action, get ourselves a cup of tea, and continue our journey. Departure handover.
Aye, aye, Captain. Departure procedures initiating. Pre-launch diagnostic checks. All systems nominal. Crew, stand by for launch.
Okay. Engines online.
Acknowledged. Powering shields.
Helm control.
Yes, sir.
You now have the con. The ship is yours.
Understood. Launching now. Ascending to 30 meters.
Thrusters, now, please.
Intelligent thrusters initiating.
We're on the dark side of the planet, so you can't turn the night vision on. And we'll turn the headlights on.
Handoff complete.
Although there's really not much to
Captain,
see.
the ship is yours.
All right, let's go. We've got control. Power to engines.
Transferring power to engine.
Full impulse.
Going to maximum.
Boost engines.
Afterburners.
Bye-bye, Hillary.
Although remarkable for their beauty, the rings of a gas giant are usually made up of particles of ice, dust, and rock. Some as tiny as grains of sand, some larger than an entire space station. Valuable minerals, metals, and other deposits can be found in these rocks. So fitting appropriate modules to the ship, then mining for deposits from the rocks, can be a very rewarding endeavor.
Engage Super Cruise.
Preparing for cruise.
4, 3, 2, 1,
All right. I don't think we need the night vision anymore. Let's line up with our first jump. Engage safety jump.
Charging friendship drive.
Charging.
Vectors.
Just a quick check-in. It's been kind of a dull trip. There hasn't been anything happen. I haven't found any interesting systems. I've been scanning along the way because I want the credits for that. But nothing interesting. The only real interesting thing, there are two things. If you look at the nebulas in front of me, it's kind of cool. There's that little grouping of stars right there that is pretty thick. And in front of that nebula, and there's little bitty nebulas all over the place. You can see them everywhere. There's a couple there. There's a little bit of something over there. That bright one right there. Interestingly enough, now it looks like there's plenty of stars out there, but I just went through a patch, which is the other interesting thing. Look, see in that direction, you don't see a whole lot of stars. But there's all kinds of nebulas and stuff out there. I just went through a patch where I had a little bit of trouble finding fuel. I got to where the ship was close to being empty, and there wasn't fuel in the next jump that was scheduled. So I had to make a quick pit stop and do a little search for a star that I could get fuel from and make a little bit of a detour to fill my tank up. But that happens when you're out in space, and the important thing, watch your fuel tank. If it looks like it's getting a little bit low and you're on a scheduled route, you may have to, like I did, drop out, find a star that you can suck up to, and make a little bit of a detour and fill your tank up before you continue on with your set route. Anyway, we're getting close. Let's take a look. I've only got 7 more jumps, and I'm going to continue on, and we'll pop back in when either we get there or something interesting happens. We're one jump from our destination, or one of our destinations. If you remember at the start of this leg, I showed you that there were 2 very close together in this area, and I don't remember why. I don't remember what was going on there, but we'll take a look. But before we do, it's kind of interesting if we look at the external view here. If I go directly behind me, we just passed that cluster of stars that we had seen earlier. And again, between the last time that I stopped and now, I had to stop a couple of times and find stars that I could fuel from. One of the problems is my ship, because of the jump range that I have. Each jump takes quite a bit of fuel. I can only jump 3, maybe 4 times without refueling. So that makes it important that I keep an eye on my fuel tank. So let's continue into our next sector, the lagoon sector.
Frameshift drive charging. Scanning now.
Open system map.
System map.
All right, looking at the system here, you can see that there is evidently a station here. Well, I can't. There it is. A Munson terminal. I'm going to go down there because I can't remember what this is. And we'll take a look at it, and then we'll move to the second one that's in this area. very close. And you know what I think I'm going to do is, before I head down that way, stop engines. Let's take a look at the FSS to see what that looks like for us. Yeah, we haven't scanned this sector, so I'm going to do it. Let's just take a look. See what I'm missing. Weapons fire. So there's some activity in this sector because there is a landing spot, so you can hear radio activity, weapons fire, that kind of thing. There's a little bit of life out here. Oh, there's a spot. Now see how the wind noises are a little bit different in an icy body? It actually sounds like a cold wind, if that makes any sense. You know, there's wind and then there's a cold wind. That looks like that sounds like a cold, icy wind. It sounds a little bit different than the sound of that one. What's all this in here? Extraction sites. Well, there's something else out there. Now, obviously, this has all been discovered before, so I'm not going to get any first discoveries here. I didn't expect to. That doesn't mean I don't get paid for actually scanning the system, because you do. Again, I do all this scanning here with a Xbox One controller, and I don't use controllers very well. I don't have very good eye-hand coordination, but I muddle through. So that's it for that. We finished it. Take another look at the system. Open system map.
System cartography.
See what kind of information we got here. Pretty basic system. As I said before, it's all been discovered already. Alright, let's head in. Half impulse?
Half impulse.
Now, the voices that you hear this time, I added a couple more Star Trek ones in. Worf is in here, but he's not Worf. It's just the actor's voice. And I think I've got him on tactical. And then Troy, Counselor Troy, she's in here as well. When you hear me come into a system and it scans, that's her voice. And I've got the guy that does Q, he's in here. What a tiny little planet here. Quarter impulse.
Quarter impulse.
Got a pretty low gravity planet. Nothing to be worried about. Oh, I think I came in too far away. Well, we'll see. I might be able to manipulate the glide a little bit. Bringing the nose up. Yeah, we're not too bad now. And it's daylight. Gotta love that. Pretty planet. Like the color. Boost engines.
Afterburners.
Romeo Alpha. It's good to have you with us, Commander. Please submit a docking request before landing.
We'll have Captain Kirk take us in. Boost engines.
Afterburners engaged.
Stop engines.
All stop.
Number 1, take us in.
Okay, Captain. Commencing docking sequence. At helm control.
Standing by.
The ship is yours.
Thanks.
1/4 impulse.
Quarter impulse. Engaging.
Permission authorized. Please head directly for Bay 10.
Diverting power to gear down.
Landing thrusters.
Affirmative. Stand by. Initializing landing procedures. The ship is landed. Handoff complete.
Good. Sir, the ship is yours.
Contact, commence power down. It's good to have you with
Well, I
us,
don't
Commander.
expect anything spectacular here, but it is a place to stop in your journey, so that's always good to have. Do a little bit of refueling here. Okay, there's not much for services here. You got advanced maintenance, and that's about it, which I tend to do quite often. The normal repairs take care of checking the oil, filling the gas tank, washing the windshield, but the advanced repair takes care of the ship integrity and internal modules and things like that. So it's good to do that once in a while. And then this is your paint. Your paint gets worn off after a while, so I usually will come in and freshen up the paint job on a regular basis. Alright, so I'm going to just take a look, and then we'll take off and head to the next little stopping point that we have in this area. This is your typical little small planet-side station. Not much to it. A couple landing pads and a little bit of industry, and that's about it. So, just a quick look here. A good place to stay if you wanted to spend the night before your next trip. Since there is another location, I'm going to go to it first, though. Departure handover?
Aye, aye, Captain. Departure procedures initiating. Pre-launch diagnostic checks. All systems nominal. Crew, stand by for launch.
Yes, sir. Powering engines.
Affirmative. Power the shields.
Helm control.
Standing by.
You now have the comm. The ship is yours.
Launching now. Ascending.
Thrusters. Now, please.
Intelligent thrusters engaged.
I'm most gratified I'm not human. To be tarred with that brush, I can think of no greater insult.
Okay, let's plot our next little jump here. It's not very far away. We're going to go to Attenborough Watch and see what that's about. Gotta get around this sun here. Or star. We call it a sun. It's a star. It's not the sun.
Frameshift drive charging.
Interstellar travel mode engaging now. Engaging exit protocol.
Scanning for information. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
All right, let's do a quick scan on this system. Open system map.
Hey, be careful where you're going.
All right, let's see what we got here. Aha! It is an asteroid station here. So I want to do a scan if I haven't done one. Let's do so now. It's already been scanned. We're all set to go. I evidently have been here before. Let's set a course to that station, since I've already been here before and I don't need to scan. $75%.
Okay, 75% engaged.
And it's not very far away. This is going to be the stopping point for today's trip, I think. It's probably pretty short, but that's okay. It's nice to have a short one once in a while. Pretty thick little ring. Kind of a dull-colored planet. It's got some swirls in it, though. That's kind of cool. A little bit of mass slowing us down. Disengage.
Drive deactivated.
Boost engines.
Afterburners.
Romeo Alpha. It's good to see you, Commander. Please enjoy your stay at this facility.
Number 1, take us in.
Acknowledged. Requesting docking bay. Helm control.
Yes, sir.
The ship is yours to dock.
Thank you.
1/4 impulse.
1/4 impulse.
Access granted. Clear to land at docking bay 3-2.
A little bit of laser action down there.
Powering shields.
Somebody's being bad.
We're in the pipe. 5 by 5.
Landing modules for docking.
Landing thrusters.
Readying landing thrusters. Preparing to dock. Down. Handoff complete.
Very good. Captain, the ship is yours.
You are most welcome, Commander.
All right. Well, hey, we've been in one of these before. If you remember, we started at Mammon Station, was our first stop, and it was an asteroid station as well. Do a little bit of refueling. I always refuel when I first get in because I don't want to forget. So we get that out of the way. So this is the end of our third leg of our journey to Colonia. It was actually pretty uneventful, but when you're out exploring the deep dark, it's kind of nice to have an uneventful trip once in a while. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you in the next leg. In the meantime, happy voyages.